Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for May 3rd, 2020, from Numbers chapter 14. God 2, Fear 10. Sounds like God is losing this game, but not really. God is still in control. Recap from yesterday. God has Moses send 12 spies into the promised land. All agreed it was a good land, but 10 said the people living there were too strong for the people of Israel, and that the people of Israel would not be able to take the land. To make matters worse, the 10 who gave in to their fear, instead of trusting into God, now went back to their people and stirred up the people with their fear. The God who defeated the Egyptians, will he be defeated by fear that began with 10 people? You need to remember that God doesn't force his will upon the people. God wants people to love and trust in him. Forced or coerced love is not really love. The fear of the people of Israel pushed God and God's spokespeople out of their lives. The people's response to God was devastating. Let's pick it up with verse 2. And all the people of Israel grumbled against Moses and Aaron. The whole congregation said to them, "Would that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would we that we have died in this wilderness?" And in verse 4, and they said to one another, "Let us choose a leader and go back to Egypt." Wow, now you see fear really in action. How quickly did they forget that they were the ones that were crying out to God to deliver them out of Egypt? And then they were forgetting the most important part of this, that God chose Moses to deliver them. They didn't pick Moses. It's not like our democracy that we live in today, where we get to vote for our leaders. God first chooses you. You can reject God, and that is exactly what the people of Israel were doing. They were exercising their right, you could say, to reject God. Moses now even names their fear. Verse 9. Only do not rebel against the Lord, and do not fear the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their protection is removed from them, and the Lord is with us. Do not fear them. After Moses calls out their fear, the fear of the people now respond against Moses. Verse 10. Then all the congregation said to stone them with stones. But the glory of the Lord appeared at the tent of the meeting to all the people of Israel. God had intervened, but there would be a cost for their lack of faith. Verse 22, none of the men who have seen my glory and my signs that I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and yet have put me to the test these 10 times, and have not obeyed my voice, shall see the land that I swore to give to their fathers, and none of those who despise me shall see it. What do you do when you're right there at the doorstep to your destination, but the people didn't have faith to enter? You wait, you wander, but for how long? Well, that's also part of the punishment for their lack of faith. God then continues in verse 34, according to the number of the days in which you spied out the land, 40 days, a year for each day, you shall bear your iniquity, 40 years, and you shall know my displeasure. God is going to keep his promise. The people of Israel will be in the promised land. It's just going to take a bit longer, for the people needed to be taught what it means to have faith and trust in God. Unfortunately, this lesson would take 40 years to learn. Join me again tomorrow as the people of Israel, best way to say it, they still don't get it. God's peace and many blessings be with you. Thank you for watching, and please share this video with others. If you've enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for watching.